Agger's View is brought to you by PureMTGO.com and MTGOTraders.com. So we're here for an 8-4 in Estrad. So, let's look here. One piece of removal in Victor Knight. I don't like that it's still black, but it is good removal. It's not the best. There's also semi-removal in Abyssinian Priest. This guy looks really interesting. I've seen him played, and he's been amazing sometimes and horrible other times. So, you need to have other zombies to even play him. So I don't really want to go there right now. I think I'll just pick up Victor Knight as a safe pick here. There's no other removal. This guy's great, but getting removal is really nice. Okay, so here, Pitchburn Devils is a semi-removal card. As is that. Silent Departure, the Unsummon. That's a sorcery with flashback. Desperate Ravings is interesting. I don't like the randomness though. I mean, it is card advantage. If you flash it back, it's the same as Think Twice essentially, in terms of card advantage. And you can like hold a bunch of lands in your hand, maybe get even better value out of it. At the same time, the randomness can just kill you. I don't like that. Falkenrath Noble is pretty good. But I think Pitchburn Devils is the pick here. I mean, the card is like a worse Flametongue Kavu. Considerably worse, but that's like a good comparison. I like to have my cards compared to Flametongue Kavu. So, I think we'll take it. Elite Inquisitor. He's really interesting. I've seen White Red do some good stuff. So Elite Inquisitor does not pair well with Victor Knight, obviously, because they double black, double white. There's removal in Smite the Monstrous. This werewolf's pretty sweet. It's really hard to deal with. But it's not uncolored or anything we have right now. Curse of the Pierced Heart, not very good. So on color we have 2 for 2, not that great. I mean, this is a fine card for draft, but not this early, I don't think. Pitchburn Devils doesn't have anything great, and we got a 2 for 1, so we might want to branch out. Thinking here. You know what? Let's just take the Smite the Monster. No, let's take Elite Inquisitor if we ever go in the white. I don't know. It's also rare, so there's that. So, Curse of the Nightly Hunt. It's so good and so bad. It's a high variance card. Like, if you have a bunch of good defenders out there and you drop this can totally ruin their day. It's essentially a Gideon every turn, but it doesn't actually save you any life. So I mean, take that as you will. Sometimes it's gonna be amazing. Sometimes it's gonna be absolutely horrible. Like you top deck this when you have no creatures on board and your opponent has one creature on board. You're like, okay, you're just gonna kill me anyways. So here's that. I mean, Pitchburn Devils is another solid pick here again. I think nothing I really want to move out of what we're in so far. So Grizzly Outcast is fine too. It's pretty good. It's a really good card actually, but I like 2 for 1s here. Okay, this pack's not great at all. No removal. Doom Traveler is good, but I don't know if I'm going to be red, black, or red, white for now. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be red. Ashmore Valhound is really good. Not really good, but it's just really solid as a 2-drop. Essentially gives it 1 first strike and 2 on its double strike, or 1 damage to its first strike and 2 damage normal strike. So that's interesting. Cards really depend on your deck, and I don't like it. Scarecrow's not the worst, but I don't like it either. And Runic Repetition, it's amazing against a werewolf deck because it's essentially giving you 3 spells to play, but I don't think it's worth it. Like, you don't pick it just because you might run into a werewolf deck, I don't think. Okay, so Witchbane Orb. Curses tend not to be very good in draft, and this is kind of random. I mean, it's not a horrible card, but it's probably not playable in most. It's a sideboard card at best. Spider Grasp is a nice trick, but we're not in green right now. Hollow Hinge is a good creature. We could be in green, I don't know. But I think we'll just take Mana Skeleton. Dredge Skeletons with haste. The haste doesn't really matter too much, but it's a little bonus. It's not a bad card, so there's that. Nightbar's Clutches is not bad at all. It's really good with some cards in this set. Bump in the Night's not what I want to be doing. I'm not looking to burn people out. Even my black-red deck is going to have more of a steady element than a try to burn somebody out element. Village Ironsmith is great as Iron Fang, not great as Ironsmith. I think we'll just take the Traveler's Amulet for maybe Billy Splash later, who knows. Ooh. Tormented Pariah is pretty decent, so I think that's what we're going to be picking here. Certainly, like, I think Ashmouth Helm might be better, actually. Yeah, I think it would be. Like, 6/4 is good for... I like to think of him as like a 4/3 for 4. Usually, since he's not going to be spending... he's going to be spending less time as a werewolf than as a human. I think we'll just take the Ashmouth, actually. This card's just really solid. Oh, Gustav Shepherd's still in here. This is a sign that green might be still open because, well, this card's pretty amazing. Well, not amazing, but it's like above the curve. It's like even better than Ashmouth Hound, and Ashmouth Hound is pretty good for its cost. I mean, I'm not going to be happy to... I think I'll be able to find more Dirtles to fill in my deck if I need them. Like, we might move into green, so just keeping that option open here. Crossway Vampires is actually pretty good. And I don't like this guy very much. I mean, he's not horrible, but that one toughness is pretty gnarly on him. Your 3-drops usually should have at least 2 toughness, in my opinion. Desperate Ravings is pretty good, but I'm pretty sure we're not gonna be in blue. We haven't seen a single good blue card like past the first few packs. Make-A-Wish is good in any deck that doesn't mill itself, I think. Because once you start milling yourself, you can hit lands with this, and that's pretty horrible. There's also Moon Mist here. If we do get the Vamp and the Werewolf deck, I don't know. I guess we'll get another Crossway here. Purify the Grave is not what I want to be drafting. We have 2 vampires. I guess there's a chance we play it, probably not. Card's worthless, as far as I'm concerned. So we're probably going to be in red, black, or red-green. We don't have a ton of removal right now. We have the 2 Pitchburn Devils and the Victim of Night. Ooh, Geistcatcher's Rig is probably the best card in this pack. Runechanter's Pike is really random. You really want to be playing in a milling deck. This card's pretty amazing. But Geistcatcher's Ridge is probably the best. There's a lot of decks there's a lot of flying creatures in this set. And knocking something down, having a 4/5 is just good value. In black we have Unburial Rite, which is a good card, but it's best in a black-white deck. I mean, it's actually pretty much only playable in black-white in my opinion, or a deck that mills itself. This guy's good, is amazing too, but I don't think he's as good as the Rig. Ooh, this is full of value for us. Okay, so we have the Pyroclasm with Flashback, which would kill a lot of our guys. This guy's pretty good value, but we also have Brimstone Volley here. I think we'll take the Volley. And still no sign on if we're going to go green or white yet. I mean, Cloistered Youth is pretty good, but who knows. Like the Trembler kills... Oh, do I hid some of my stuff already. Like, kills my Hounds and my Crossways so far. And like Gustav before he gets flipped, or makes me have to pay extra to regenerate my Mana Skeleton, so That's my thought on it right now. Ooh, there we go. This is a good reason to go black. This is essentially the skin render of the set. Certainly not as good as skin render, but definitely powerful. There's cool colors stuff, so I like that. There's an Unbreathing Horde again, but there's also Brimstone Volley. Grasp Phantasms is pretty amazing, as is Galvanic Juggernaut. This guy gets pretty annoying in an aggressive deck, because you have to chump block, and then it untaps. It gets pretty bad. Claustrophobia is pretty awesome as well, but I think we're going to be red-black pretty safely here. Pretty much worthless is my opinion. I mean, it's similar to the Fiery Hellhound, I think. But I just don't like it. I mean, I guess it is better than I think at the same time. Oh, there's Pitch Devils. Altar's Reap could get better with our Morbid cards and Pitch Devils and such. I think I'll get one more Pitch Devil, so I don't think we have... Oh yeah, we have multiple 5-drops. I'll try Altar's Reap here. There's another Pitch Devil. Ooh, Geist Flame. Geist Flame's just good. There's a lot of good blue cards going around now, though. It's kind of annoying. Looks like Partition, Markov Partition. Not a bad card. It's a bigger Child of the Night. Obviously worse than Child of the Night, in my opinion. Just because adding an extra mana is not worth an extra power. It should be a 3-2, usually, but it'll trade with something, gain some life. As I was saying before, I don't like my 3-cost cards to have 1 toughness, but the life gain does help pay for that, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Who knows? It wasn't a great pack anyways. There's nothing here I really want. I'm not going to play this. I mean, it does protect itself if it lands, and I can keep black up. But I don't like that. And there's a lot of... Blue has a lot of good bounce stuff and Claustrophobia stuff. I'm just going to hate draft this because there's nothing I want for my deck. Normally you don't hate draft, but there's nothing I wanted for my deck. And did this guy go all the way around? This guy's pretty amazing, so... we'll get another one of these. And the Scourge, wow. That's pretty solid. I mean, this guy's not amazing. Like, he's usually a 4-4 or a 5-5-6-6. It all depends on how many creatures they have, obviously. But, he's definitely useful. I don't think we're going to be splashing, so... But we'll still use the amulet for now. We have a lot of double black and double red stuff. Like, this deck is looking pretty decent. We don't have any 4-drops at all, but that's fine. Yeah, Altar's Reaping a Pitch Burn doesn't seem like the worst plan ever. 2 Brimstones. Another Crossway, I guess. Or the, we don't have any zombies yet, do we? No. Spirit. I don't think we'll need 3. Well, I guess 3 Crossway Vapors couldn't hurt. I don't really want to play this. It doesn't actually add anything to my setup, per se. It gives the same advantage to both players. So, I mean, it certainly favors deck archetypes, but you have to build your deck around it. I don't want to do that. I guess we'll disable somebody's self-mill deck. I don't care if they play this. This card's pretty... I don't like it at all, really. Gives them an amazing blocker. And I don't care about Wreath of Geist. Well, I've never actually seen it played, so... Who knows? Schoolcaller's Bell. I've heard this card's actually playable, so... It's not going to be in this deck, but... It is playable. So we already have 20 playable cards going into pack 3. So we're going to get some gravy here. Hopefully flesh out this deck a little bit more. Oh, this pack is amazing. So I mean, this guy's amazing for white decks from what I've heard. I've never actually got to see him play. There's a Har's Pyre, which is good. Screeching Bat is good. Morcut Banshee and Geist Catcher's Rig. I think we'll just take the Banshee here. It seems a little bit better than the Geist Catcher's Rig. It's less certain, but you can hit anything. We might have some trouble with some green decks that have like 5-6 toughness creatures. But I like that so far. Altar's Reap gets better now with 2. Ooh. That's amazing. Okay. Slayer of the Wicked is obviously great against our deck. But this card is very good and limited. It usually kills like 1 or 2 creatures and just make your creature. It's essentially a Glorious Anthem for your guys in terms of fighting because they're going to be smaller. Night Revelers is a good, solid creature. We have a lot of 5-drops now, so I don't think we're going to get anything. Tribute to Hunger will probably be fine. We're going to try to keep things under 3. Well, keep things under 4 right now. Since we do have like 5 creatures, we have a ton of late drops, so yeah. Tribute to Hunger is going to be a card that helps buy us time too. Ooh, Blazing Torch is pretty good. I think we'll take that. So we'll probably wheel one of these 2-drops, I think. So hopefully at least. I don't like that Blood Crazed Neonate has to attack every turn. But I don't like Village Ironsmith either. A 1/1 first strike doesn't often do anything. I guess we'll take the Neonate. There we go, that's a fine early drop. This guy gets pretty annoying sometimes, as you've seen before. He can really snowball games. I don't think we'll need this. We have a lot of good removal right now. I guess the best bet is Mark-up Patrician. Help get us to our late game. I don't think I want to play 2 Altar's Reap. And we don't have enough zombies to make that really worthwhile. Do we have any zombies at all? I don't think we do actually. So, Screeching Bat. Typhoid Rats. I would pick the Night Revelers, but we already have 6 creatures that cost 5 or more. And they're all good. So, another Blood Crazed, I guess. I don't need a 3-drop. These are all cards I don't need on mana cost. I guess we'll take a Kesu Wolf. Oh, there we go. We did wheel a 2-drop, and that guy's just fine. So I think we got a pretty good deck here, actually. So this deck looks fine to me. We're going to play these Typhoid Rats for sure, I believe. Unfortunately, the Death Touch doesn't work with the Blazing Torch, because they don't actually deal the damage. Walking Corpse for sure, not sure on the Manor Skeleton. Probably going to play the Mark-up Patricians to help us buy time. And the Tribute to Hunter as well. Geist Flame for sure. And for sure the Ashmouth Hounds, the Brimstones, and the Hainweir. I'm not sure about that guy. I think 2 of those will be fine for now. See where we are. Oh wow, yeah, we have a lot of cards. So many cards, so little time. Hmm. So I guess we can drop one Crossway. A lot of tokens in this set. I think we'll bring this in against a green deck, but otherwise. Maybe we don't need Altar's Reap. I mean, it does Surge as the pitch burn. Maybe we don't need all our pitch burns actually. Yeah. I think that actually looks a little bit better. Pretty solid curve. There's no 4-drops at all, which is kind of awkward. Is this a 4-drop? Yeah, 4-drop there. We have 4-drop flashback. Like, we have a lot of 2-for-1s. And, I'm wondering if pitch burn is better than Scourge. Hmm. Thinking that Scourge, I want to try it out at least, you know, give it a shot. 15 creatures. Yeah. I mean, I don't really want to cut any of these spells. We got good spells. Geist Flame is great. Blazing Torch is great. Altar's Reap seems amazing. Especially with our Brimstone Volleys and stuff, so. Yeah, I think we'll try it like this. And we'll load it up. Search for our basic lands. And we're gonna go like, I don't know, 10-7. And we have 1 double red card, or 2 double red cards. We also have that twig. So there's that. And we'll submit it. I will see you in round 1.